Very good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your live virtual classes, paper 1, Accounting Foundation. So, what is that we saw in the last class? What did we see was chapter number 4, inventories, we started. Yes, BRS we finished. So, then we started with the chapter number 4, inventories. Good morning, everybody. Okay. Pradeep, everybody, name by name. Okay. I think you would have gone back and you would have studied minimum. What is that we have spoken in the other class the previous day. So now coming back to give you a fast recap of what are inventories, okay? Inventories are the stock in which the business deals. So business can be of two types, the manufacturing concern, trading concern. Manufacturing concern, the inventories are of different types. So the first it starts with the raw material. You get the raw material, you process the raw material and then convert it into finished goods. To make the finished goods in a more marketable manner, you'll have to pack them. So the packing materials that is used also forms a part of the inventory. And then we spoke about stores and spares. So stores and spares means are those consumables that you use along with this product. Okay. Stores, like you can say when I'm producing or manufacturing a shirt, I need buttons for the shirt. Correct. So the buttons of the shirt, which is being purchased separately, will be a part of the stores. That means you will consume the buttons, you will put that into the shirt and then prepare the final shirt. Correct. So the buttons, they're all called as stores. Now, what about spares? Spares are those which go inside with the machinery. So when I gave you an example, I am a stationery shop business and I have a air conditioner. So you told me, Madam, air conditioner is not an inventory; it is a fixed asset. Correct? Now imagine I am manufacturing shirts. So when I am manufacturing shirts, I need to have machineries, big machineries in my factory. That is when I will put it and then get the shirts and everything. It can be big machineries or small machineries also. But you need a machine. When I talk about spare parts, I talk about spares, which is general, which can be used commonly for all the machineries, nuts and bolts. Different sizes and shapes it will be there, of course. So for a machinery, this nut will go. For another machinery, another size nut will go. But totally the nuts and bolts are common materials which is used with every machinery. That kind of common materials will be called as spares. Now, madam, if there is one spare which can be used only with one machinery, specific spares, then they will become a part of the fixed asset only. They are part of the asset only. They cannot be called as inventory. They will become inventory only if they are generally used, commonly used. So in case of a manufacturing concern, 5 different types of inventories are there. Raw materials, work in process, finished goods, packing items, and stores and spares. All of this put together, you call it as inventory. Madam, what about trading? In trading, no manufacturing activity is there. You purchase the goods and then you sell the goods, like retail shops. The shops that you see, some stationery shops, do they manufacture? No, they just purchase everything. They keep it in their shop, and when you go and ask, they will give you. This is the example of a trading concern. So, in trading concern, what is the inventory? Finished goods are the inventory. Sometimes you can have packing material also. That's all. Now, madam, what is the rule for valuing the inventory? We are studying the entire inventory chapter to understand how to get the value of the inventory. So, the accounting standards clearly, specifically gives you a principle. It says inventory should be valued at cost or net realizable value, whichever is less. That is the principle. Even you follow irrespective of historical method, non-historical method, whatever method you do, this is the principle. Madam, cost or net realizable value, whichever is less. What is net realizable value? Sale value minus expenses related to the sale. Sale value minus the expenses related to the sale. 100 rupees is the sale value, expenses are 20. Net realizable value is 100 minus 20, 80 rupees. This is the concept of NRV. When I talk about cost, what does cost include, madam? What does it exclude? So, this is where we need to get the clarity. I told you in the last class the cost of the raw materials. Please don't raise your hands. I will give you time. I will take your doubts. Now, please listen to the class, okay? Cost of the materials or cost of the inventory will include purchase cost when you are purchasing the raw material. All the other conversion costs to convert the raw material into finished goods. What are all the costs? Machinery का कुछ cost है, laborers you are employing, labor को you're paying the wages, electricity cost, other overhead charges. All of this are called or a part of the conversion costs. Third types of costs are other incidental costs. इस cost को आप incur करने से ही production complete हो जाएगा. Only if you're going to incur this cost, your production is going to get completed. So then I should incur that cost also, madam. Transportation charges when I purchase the raw materials to bring the raw materials from the place of location, from that particular location to my location where I need the raw materials. तो इसके लिए जब आप transportation charges you will incur, you should add it part of the cost. Then, madam, what should we not add as a part of the cost, madam? The first thing is trade discount you should remove. Okay. The second thing is, okay, the second part what you have to do is, or the second thing which is excluded is nothing but the taxes, which are reimbursable. Again, taxes, there are two concepts. The one which is not reimbursed, the other one which is reimbursed. Correct? When you don't get reimbursed, तो वो आपका cost बन जाता है. That means sales, octroi, sales tax, octroi. These are all the taxes. When you get the goods from one state to another, you are supposed to pay the tax for which you will not get any credit. इस तरह के taxes आपका cost बन जाता है. You will have to add it with the cost. But when you take the example of GST, which you will get a reimbursement, usually GST will be inclusive given in the cost of the materials or the raw materials itself. You have to subtract it usually because GST is a reimbursable tax. Then third thing is if you have any abnormal losses or abnormal wastages, you have to remove it from the cost of the materials. Okay. Selling and administration cost, finance charges, all of this should not be included in the cost. Why, madam? They are indirect expenses. After production, to sell the goods, you are incurring the cost. So all these costs will not form a part of your production cost. When I talk about cost of inventory, वो होता है the inventories, purchase cost, production cost, everything that is done to bring the goods to the finished item or finished category. These are all the inclusions and exclusions. Then I told you the methods to value the inventory. Underlying principle is cost or net realizable value, whichever is less. That remains the same. But how do we find out, madam, which method to follow? So there are two major broad methods. Okay. So coming to the point, okay, so coming back to the point, the two methods of valuation of the inventory are historical method, non-historical method. Historical method means an old method. Non-historical method means something that has come modern. That is the name. Okay. We first started doing the question with the non-historical method. Okay. In non-historical method, the only method is adjusted selling price. Okay. Rahul, GST should not be added. Generally, GST should be subtracted because GST is a reimbursable tax. Okay. But in this question, illustration number 6, adjusted selling price method, we started. We did one illustration. There, I added the GST. Why? There is a typing error in the textbook. In the textbook, it should have been given one sentence that GST is non-reimbursable in this case. In the new textbook or the new study material, I believe it has been changed. So since that information is not seen in my particular thing, so that is why that particular sentence is missing. But otherwise, in the answer, they have added the GST. But usually GST is a reimbursable tax. So from this particular cost, which includes GST, then you should subtract the GST. Okay. Correct. Okay. Ujjwal says in my book it is given as non-refundable. That means they have already changed it. Non-refundable means you will not be getting it. Raj also says it is changed, correct? No. So if it is given as non-refundable, then you should add, no. So Ragul, generally you should not add GST. General rule, GST should be subtracted because it is reimbursable, refundable. आपको refund credit will be given to you. Clear? But in this case, since it is clearly given in your question, it is non-refundable. That means you will not get back. This should be a part of the cost. That is why you are adding. Okay. So it started with, okay, it started with whatever it is. What is that? We started with adjusted selling price. So what did we do? In the adjusted selling price, we started to find out the cost of the closing stock, madam. Closing stock is given to me in the textbook, madam, but the value of 2,35,000 is the sale value, madam. It is not the cost. It is the sale value, 2,35,000, not the cost. So what did we do? Step number one, we found out what are the cost of the purchases. This is step number one. In that, what did we do? Everybody listen to me carefully. We wrote the actual cost. From that, okay, from that, okay, so coming back, we took the actual cost and then from that trade discount को हमने subtract किया है. Trade discount percentage is given. So you will take, yeah, so you will take 3% of 15 lakhs, that is 47,265. क्यों? Why are you reducing the trade discount? Because trade discount is a incentive. It is like a discount given to you for purchasing more. आप जब ज्यादा परचेज करते हो तो आपका प्राइस कम हो जाता है, तो उसका मीनिंग है ट्रेड डिस्काउंट. तो इस टोटल कॉस्ट से फर्स्ट थिंग आई हैव रिड्यूस्ड द ट्रेड डिस्काउंट. आई गेट द नेट वैल्यू. इसके ऊपर आई विल बी पेइंग द जीएसटी. Always after the trade discount, okay, always after the trade discount I will be getting the GST. तो GST को मैं ऐसा ऐड करके I will arrive at the net cost. तो परचेजेस का नेट कॉस्ट आफ्टर ट्रेड डिस्काउंट एंड आफ्टर एडिंग जीएसटी. क्यों यहाँ पे मैं ऐड कर रही हूँ? व्हाई एम आई एडिंग द जीएसटी हियर? सिंपल फैक्ट दैट इट इज गिवन दैट इट इज नॉट refundable, non reimbursable. That is why I'm adding and taking. Now step number 2, I have opened the trading account. Okay, I have opened the trading account. In this trading account, on the debit side we have the cost of purchases, which is the step 1. So purchases का total value जिसने मैंने step 1 में compute किया है, that I have written here. Packing and transport cost given to me in the question में दिया गया है, तो that is also my cost. I will show it on the debit side. Okay. Now the next two items are sales and closing stock at the selling price. उसको मैं credit side में लिखना है because trading account में cost will come on the debit side, the sales percent or the sales value will come on to the credit side. तो यहाँ पे मैंने sales लिखा है and here I have written the closing stock at selling value. Why are you doing this, ma'am? To find out the gross profit. Okay, now I have found out that this much amount is the gross profit. Next में क्या करना है? Step number 3. I have to go to step number 3. Gross profit percentage को compute करना है. I should find out the gross profit percentage. How will I find out? Step number 2 में जो कुछ भी gross profit you have identified or you have computed, take that in the numerator. उसको ऊपर ले लो. और नीचे डिनोमिनेटर पे सेल्स प्लस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. Whatever you have written on the credit side, you should take sales and closing stock. अभी तक 12th standard में, till your 12th standards and colleges, you would have learnt percentage of profit means gross profit or profit divided by sales into 100. But here there is a little bit different. Sale value, there are two items. One is the sales, the other one is the closing stock. Okay. Shweta Sharma, what is the difference between sales? Sales are the goods that have already gone out from you. Closing stock at selling price are the goods that is there in your stock, but shown at the selling price. Okay, so the difference between the two is sales, the goods have gone away from you. Closing stock, still the goods are there with you. That's all. Otherwise, the rates are the same, both at the selling price. So here, did you understand how did I compute the percentage? So here the percentage in denominator में आप दोनों consider करना है. What दोनों? Sales and closing stock at the selling price. Okay, I got the percentage. आफ्टर गेटिंग द परसेंटेज लास्ट स्टेप क्या आपको कंप्यूट करना है क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री का कॉस्ट मैडम क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री का सेल वैल्यू पता है अभी इस सेल वैल्यू से इतना प्रॉफिट को कम कर दो वट एवर इज द सेलिंग प्राइस ऑफ द क्लोजिंग स्टॉक फ्रॉम दैट फाइंड आउट द प्रॉफिट हाउ मच द स्टेप नंबर 3 द परसेंटेज दैट यू गॉट हियर इसको यहाँ पे लेके मल्टीप्लाई करके प्रॉफिट अमाउंट को कंप्यूट कर दो सो 66,012 इज द प्रॉफिट वैल्यू and then come back. How will you convert it into the cost? 2,35,000 minus 66,012. 1,68,988 is the actual cost of the closing stock. तो यहाँ पे हमने कंप्यूट किया है कॉस्ट ऑफ द इन्वेंट्री करेक्ट तो कॉस्ट का 168 है द सेलिंग प्राइस इज 2,35,000 so which is less this is less so obviously the inventory has to be shown at the cost or net realizable value whichever is less here the lesser value is this that is why हमने adjusted selling price method को लेके selling price से cost को compute किया है clear everybody do you have any doubts with this now on the same fashion we go to the illustration number 7 same fashion we go to the illustration number 7 Mr. Naram Setti Sagar, I want you people to be a little patient. मैं हिंदी में ही explain करती हूँ and I will also do it in English, okay? The benefit is, please you listen. Very simple English only I'm talking. Add, subtract, this, that. So no problem. All of you please see here. Illustration 7. From the following information, calculate the non-historical cost of the closing inventories using adjusted selling price. Same thing. Okay. यहाँ भी we should use the same method of adjusted selling price. What is given to us? Sales दिया गया है. Cost of purchases directly is given to us at 2 lakhs. Opening inventory is 0. Closing stock is given. So यहाँ पे illustration 6 के तरह like illustration 6 it is not at all complicated very easy in fact so I will go directly to my trading account and I will substitute the values step 2 will become my step 1 that's all step 2 will become my step 1 cost of purchases यहाँ पे दिया गया है 2 lakhs sales is also given at 2 lakhs closing stock is given at 50 now there is no packing cost, transportation cost, nothing. So what is the value? Can somebody tell me gross profit ka value? Very simple, 2,50,000. Total 2,50,000. Here it becomes 50,000. Yes, step number 1. Step number 2 becomes step 1. क्यों madam step number 1 आपने नहीं किया है? Because the cost of purchases this value is directly given to us so why do we have to do it again not required abhi go to the step number 2 gross profit from the trading account 50,000 the sales plus closing stock so 2,50,000 how madam 2,50,000 यहाँ पे देखो 2 lakhs है sales 50,000 है closing stock so 2,50,000 into 100 कितना है how much is the value can somebody tell me good 20 percentage now step number 4 step number 4 में क्या करना है और step number 3 you can call closing stock का selling price 50,000 into 20 percentage I will apply so it will come at 10,000 it will be coming at 10,000 अभी cost कितना है cost will be selling price minus profit that's all did you all understand the actual problem is only so much so illustration number 6 में थोड़ा ज्यादा there is one additional step which looks a little complicated but आप practice करने से it becomes very easy very easy good Akshit you have answered is this clear everybody so in the chapter inventories Under the two methods of valuation of inventory, we have understood the non-historical method. Non-historical method में only one particular method है. What is that? Adjusted selling price. Adjusted selling price में क्या करना है? Selling price of the closing stock दिया गया है question पे. Always you will have the selling price of the closing stock. आप इस value से profit को subtract करना है. For that, you will prepare a trading account. In the trading account, you will post everything. Cost of purchases debit, all the other expenses for manufacturing you will debit. Sales and closing stock at selling price आपको credit करना है. After posting everything, you will find out the gross profit. After getting the gross profit, what is the next step? Find out the gross profit percentage. How to find out the gross profit percentage? Simple. Gross profit divided by sales plus closing stock at the selling price. तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा difference is there. Instead of taking only selling price, closing stock भी selling price में दिया है. So I will take that also. So denominator में दो items आता है. Total you will do find out the percentage. तो आखिरी वाला step क्या है? Whatever is given at the selling price उसमें profit percentage को apply करके profit को find out करो. After doing or after finding out the profit, you are supposed to subtract it from the cost. I mean, you are supposed to subtract it from the sale price to get the cost. That is the final step. And always in this kind of a method, your cost will be lesser than the selling price. Correct? No, because you will get profit. Profit means you have to close. Okay. If closing stock is not given in the selling price, not given in the selling price, if it is given at cost, don't do the sum only. Already you are finding you know the answer. No. Okay. Closing stock will always be given at selling price for these kind of problems. So you don't have to think or worry much. Clear? Now, my dear students, we go to the concept number 2, which is abnormal losses. Okay. Concept number 2 is abnormal losses. Madam, this year in my business, I sold, madam. 10 goods I sold, madam. But in the 10 goods, one goods cost due to some damage, madam, I had to reduce the sale value. Okay, what happened? Due to damage, out of 10 products, one product got damaged. So I have to reduce the value. The original cost sale price was 50 rupees, madam, but I could sell it only for 25 rupees because it is a damaged piece, madam. So, my dear students, when this kind of a thing is coming into the question, which is in the form of an abnormal loss, what should you do? So, the abnormal loss item जो कुछ भी है, जिस प्रोडक्ट का डैमेज हुआ है, इन द क्वेश्चन उसका दो डिटेल्स आपको दिया जाएगा. देयर विल बी टू डिटेल्स विथ रिगार्ड टू द अबनॉर्मल लॉस आइटम गिवन टू यू इन द क्वेश्चन. दोनों क्या है मैडम? फर्स्ट थिंग इज उसका कॉस्ट विल बी गिवन टू यू इन द क्वेश्चन. सेकेंड थिंग उसका सेल वैल्यू विल बी गिवन टू यू इन द क्वेश्चन. आई टोल्ड यू वेरी वेरी क्लियरली, if there are abnormal losses or there are abnormal items in the year in the business, आपको क्या करना है? उसको subtract करना है. You should remove them, subtract them, deduct them, throw them away. How will you do that? The sale value of the abnormal loss you should subtract from the total sales. Total sales minus the sale value of the abnormal item. Very, very important. Point number 2. Then cost, from where I should subtract, madam? Because when I prepare the trading account, in the debit side, I have so many items, madam. Opening stock hai, purchases hai. From which item I have to subtract? For that, read the question. But generally, abnormal loss का जो कुछ भी कॉस्ट है उसको आप ओपनिंग स्टॉक से subtract करना है. What you should do? ओपनिंग स्टॉक से subtract करना है. बट आप क्वेश्चन पढ़ने के टाइम पे read the question carefully. Then you see, okay, cost is included in opening stock means ओपनिंग स्टॉक से रिमूव कर दो. नहीं नहीं, कॉस्ट इज इंक्लूडेड इन द परचेजेस मीन्स रिमूव फ्रॉम द परचेजेस. दैट्स ऑल. सिंपल क्वेश्चन. Now, based on the same manner, I'm going to do the illustration number 8. Illustration number 8 में abnormal item is being given to you in the question. So, I will be opening a trading account from which to write everything will become easy for me. Okay? By sales, by closing stock. ये होता है format for the trading account. And two, you will have either gross profit or either gross loss. Okay. First, let us read the question and then understand. Everybody. So the concept मैंने क्या बोला? If there is any particular abnormal item, you should exclude them from the respective things. Abhi dekho illustration number 8. From the following particulars, ascertain the value of inventories as on. So, what are they asking? Find out the closing stock. That is what they are telling us. Okay, how to find out the value of the closing stock? Very simple. They have given you details. Now, inventory as on 1/4/2021. ये क्या होता है? What is this inventory? This is the opening stock 1,42,500. Opening stock inventory. Now, point number 2. What is that? Everybody, please see. Now, they are talking about purchases. Purchases 7,62,500. This also will come in my trading account debit side. Correct? Now, the next item, manufacturing expenses. Where will it come? Madam, manufacturing expenses will also come in the trading account because they are incurred in relation to my manufacture. Okay. Now, my dear students, please see the selling expenses. Selling expenses will come in the trading account. You people tell me, selling expenses, will it come in the trading account? No, selling expenses are indirect expenses. They will not come in the trading account. The next expense is administration charges. Administration thoda आएगा ये trading account पे? No, madam, it will not come in the trading account because I told you they are not a part of the cost of the inventory. So if it is not a part of production, if it is not a part of the manufacturing cost, then why will I take it here? I should not take it, madam. And the third type of charges are financial charges. What is this? Financial charges. All of you, please see. Selling expenses will not come. Administrative expenses will not come. Financial charges also will not come. Is this clear? Next is sales. The sale value is 12 lakh and 45,000. Now, closing stock, do you know? You don't know. Abhi, hum the remaining part of the question, let us read. Very, very important. You should read this correctly, then only you will understand. At the time of valuation of inventory on 31st March 2021, that means opening stock, a sum of 17,000 was written off on a particular item which was originally purchased for 50,000 and was sold during the year for 45,000. Barring the transaction relating to this item, the gross profit earned during the year was 20% on the sales. इसका meaning क्या है? That one item that they're talking about is the abnormal loss item. क्या है वो एक item जो कि जिसके बारे में वो बात कर रहे हैं? One item which is included in the cost of the opening stock is now sold at a loss. वो बन जाता है आपका abnormal item. So what did I tell you? First question में पढ़ के easily you should identify उसका cost क्या है, उसका sale value क्या है. All of you please see here. The cost of that item हमको यहाँ पे another small adjustment is given. 50,000 उसका cost था. Okay, it was purchased for 50,000. But but is opening stock को जब वो closing stock था last year का closing stock will become opening stock for this year, correct? तो तब वो closing stock था उसको value करने के time पे कुछ amount को write off किया है. When you were valuing this as a part of the closing stock last year, that means the total purchase cost, I purchased the abnormal item for 50,000, no doubt. But since why it became damaged, something happened to this item. So the value was reduced by how much? 17,500. The actual purchase cost is 50,000 only. But during the year, I had to write it off. Write it off ka meaning hai reduce karna. You are deducting it, bringing down the value. So bringing down the value by 17,500 means 32,500 is the actual cost now. Now this was sold for 45,000. Abhi, again I will show you the question. Now you people read the question, you will be able to understand. Now please see, at the time of valuing the inventory as of 31st March, a sum of 17,500 was written off on a particular item which was originally purchased for 50,000. Suppose a return of 17,500's information not given, then the actual cost will be directly 50,000. But इस question पे purchase cost के साथ साथ they have told you there is a written off. वो थोड़ा कुछ अमाउंट हम राइट ऑफ करना है तो कॉस्ट से हम माइनस करना चाहिए. इज दैट क्लियर? नाउ हाउ मच इज द सेल्स? इट वाज सोल्ड फॉर 45,000 बैरिंग द ट्रांजैक्शन. बैरिंग का मतलब क्या है? इस ट्रांजैक्शन के बिना, इस ट्रांजैक्शन को छोड़ के रिमाइनिंग द सेल्स देयर वॉज अ प्रॉफिट ऑफ 20% ऑन द सेल्स. तो अभी देखो हमने abnormal item का cost we have identified. We have also identified the sale value. Now come here. Please come here. Sale value. Let us first subtract 12,45,000 minus 45,000. Why, madam, minus? Because it is an abnormal stock or an abnormal item. Now this will be 12 lakhs. Clear? Then what I told you, cost को आप लेके कहां से subtract करना है? Shall I subtract it from the purchases in this question? No, because the abnormal item is included as a part of the opening stock. So I should subtract from 1,42,500 minus kiss cost I have to take. How I have to take? 50,000 I should take? 17,500 I should take? No, 32,500 I should take. That will be the value. 1,42,500 minus 32,500. So what is the value? It is nothing but 1,10,000. 1,10,000 is the value. Clear everybody? 1,10,000. Now madam, here हमको closing stock भी चाहिए value. Gross profit also I don't know madam. So what I will do? Okay. So what will I do? It's not 45,000, it is 50,000 is the cost, Rahul. What will I do? आपको एक clue दिया गया है. If you remove this transaction, remaining everything, the gross profit percent is 20%. So 12 lakh, that is minus the abnormal loss. What is the normal sale ka value? 12 lakh. So 12 lakh into 20% is 2,40,000. Please now go and add all the debit side. Okay. And then balance it. What is the closing stock value you people are getting? Anybody the answer? The closing stock value. Neha says 62,500. Abnormal profit. यहाँ पे profit. Just leave about that. You don't have to worry about that particular profit here. So the answer is 12,62,500. 12,62,500 the total. But that is a sensible thing. So gross profit, we are not bothered about the abnormal profit here. So abnormal profit, what will happen usually is it will be taken as a part of your any other, suppose From the cost, you are not going to subtract it. It cannot be added in this gross profit also. So it should come out, but it will get added directly to the capital. That's how it will be treated. Okay. No, I don't understand your doubt, Guruvinder. This one, did you all understand? Do you have any doubts with regard to this particular thing? Anybody? So here abnormal item. So this is concept. Okay. So this is nothing but the concept number 2. Okay. Here in this question, you have an abnormal item. I will explain once again. Everybody please listen very, very carefully. So there is an abnormal item given to me in the question. Okay. So now coming back, abnormal loss, yani abnormal item. So abnormal item, whenever it is given to you in the question, आपको क्या करना है? आपको ये बात करना है और आपको जस्ट 2 steps करना पड़ेगा. What is that? Of the abnormal item or the abnormal thing, like you don't take it as abnormal loss, take it as abnormal item. एक जो कुछ भी item है वो regular price में नहीं sale हुआ है. Okay, it has either been sold for more or it has been sold for less. ये वाला abnormal है, normal नहीं है. तो ये वाला abnormal item को how should you treat it in the books? There are 2 things that you should do. What is the cost? आप क्वेश्चन पढ़ने से you can identify the cost. Read the question, identify the cost of the abnormal item. Point number 2. What is the sale price of the abnormal item? After identifying these 2 things, you should subtract it from the total cost and total sales. सेल वैल्यू जो कुछ भी आपको मिल रहा है उसको आप टोटल सेल से सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. Whatever sale value of the abnormal item you are understood, that you should subtract from the total sales. Whatever is the cost of that particular abnormal item, you should understand and subtract that particular value from the total cost. Okay. Now, kiss total cost say which total cost I have to take, madam? Usually, generally, when you read the questions, always the abnormal item will be included as a part of your opening stock. In this question also, it is included in the opening stock only. So, I have subtracted that here from the opening stock. But in some cases, you can also get it as a part of your purchases. आपको question पे purchase में include हुआ है. Abnormal item दिया जाने से you have to subtract it from the purchases. Is this clear? Now, madam, that abnormal item, the cost was 50,000, but there is a right of value. There is a right of value. Shweta Sharma, you don't have to bother about whether this is the loss or that is the loss or abnormal profit. We are not talking about what to do with the abnormal profit or loss. For you also, somebody else also asked me. Okay. It is directly given to you in the question, Mansi. Opening stock may include hua hai. Where it is not given, it is given to you directly in the question. You are not reading the question. Please see here. If you see the question, it says at the time of valuing inventory or as of 31st March 2022, we are in the year 31st March 2022 and this is 31st March 2021. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? 31st March 2021 का मीनिंग प्रीवियस ईयर का क्लोजिंग स्टॉक है. तो अभी वो क्या है? हमारा ओपनिंग स्टॉक. इट बिकम्स द ओपनिंग स्टॉक फॉर द करंट ईयर. So it is given to you in the question. No, I am not telling anything that is not given. It is given to you in the question. Okay. Now coming to the other part, here there is a particular adjustment. The cost is 50,000, but the return of value is 17,500. So the actual cost after write off. Why did you write off, madam? It is given to me in the question. 50,000 है उसका cost. I purchased for 50,000, but कुछ damage होने के कारण cost को मैं reduce कर रही हूँ. So that I am taking it as 17,500 minus. So now the actual or the net cost is 32,500. Now this 32,500 I sold it for 45,000. So this is one transaction wherein the profit is coming at a other rate. Okay. Clear everybody? So now I am removing 32,500 from the opening stock and from the sale I am removing this particular abnormal item sale. Now the question you people are asking, what about that abnormal value, madam, abnormal value or the abnormal profit. 32,000 is sold for 45,000, no, madam. Uska 12,500 ka profit, what should I do? You don't have to worry that abnormal profits will go and sit in your balance sheet directly, okay? Because it is not a normal item, you have removed it from the inventory. Is this clear? तो अभी यहाँ पे आ जाओ ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट यू हैव अ क्लू गिवन टू यू 20% ऑन द सेल तो सेल से abnormal आइटम को रिमूव करने के बाद 12 lakhs is the total sale. So 12 lakh into 20%, 2 lakh 40,000 will be the actual normal gross profit. So after computing or after putting that particular so after putting this particular transaction of 2 lakh and 40,000 आपको मिल जाएगा balancing figure 62,500 which is the closing stock. Okay, it will be 62,500, which is the closing stock. Yeah. Now tell me, आपका कुछ doubt है? The second time also I've explained it. Now it becomes easy. Previous year, they have not sold the item Ujjwal. This year only they have solved this particular thing. Khalid says, Madam BRS, I'm able to understand. But how to keep up the time? You are supposed to, you are supposed to practice well. Then only it will come for you. It will become easy. You can keep up with the time. Okay, then only you can keep up with the time. The others, did you all understand? Yes, Mubarak, correct. 62,500 is including the selling price only. Technically, no. See, whether what you arrive, this particular closing stock, whether it is at the selling price or it is at the cost, our understanding that it is at the selling price. But madam, should we show it at the cost? If they ask you to show it at the cost, then okay. Here the question is just to find out the closing stock value. That's all. The question here is to just find out the closing stock value. Finish. So Shweta Sharma, you don't have to worry about what is the okay. You don't have to worry about what is the abnormal loss or abnormal profit. What to do about it? That is not your botheration right now. Okay. Standard cost method. I did not still take any standard cost method. See, yeah, Anjali Yadav asks me, Madam, इस तरह का presentation करना है यानी textbook में whatever is given. Once you understand the concept using this type of presentation, it becomes easy for you. You can do it in the trading account also. You can do it in your textbook presentation also. You can do anything. So that is not an issue. Yes, ICI module is sufficient. You need not go and do many things. Okay. Gurvinder Kaur, did you understand now? WhatsApp link, Om Jaiswal, they will send it to you. Sunidhi, can you do a full question on the board? This is what I'm doing, the full question. Now, what else you want me to? Hmm. Practice only ICI material. Okay. Ma'am, Mahak is asking me why we deducted 45,000 from sales. Mahak, because the abnormal item sale value is 45,000, no? So abnormal is something which is not normal. So total sales में ये वाला sales value is included. So that is why हम ये इसको subtract करके normal sales we are trying to find out the value. Why you should find out normal sales? Because on this sale value only you should apply the percentage of the gross profit. On this sale value only you should apply the percentage of gross profit and find out the amount of the profit. That is why it is very important. Madam, I have question on BRS practical question. I will take it a little later, okay? Okay, whatever is easy for you people, please understand and do it. Okay. Okay, good. I think everybody has understood till this concept. Clear, everybody? Group link, I will ask Mr. Ajit to post it. He will post it. Okay. Do we need to show the working note in exam? कौन सा working note? This particular working note. See, working notes are definitely you have to do, but the working notes can be shown here, then and there in the question itself. But you should give a note. इस तरह का questions में, okay, in these types of questions, the working notes are not more. Okay. So coming back, yes, Mubarak, I will give you time for BRS. Last 15 minutes at 12:45, I will take your BRS doubts. You don't have to worry. Okay. Now concentrate here. Now concentrate here. Anywhere you're going to do an accounting problem, working notes will become very important. Okay. But the working notes, when it becomes important or when I should do separately means if it is a bigger working note, like when you are doing questions of the final accounts where you have to do the working notes and all of that, no, that time it becomes very big and you have to show it separately. But in these kinds of questions, here itself, then and there, here itself, you can just subtract it and show. And below that, you should write a note. You should say, abnormal item is deducted. The cost and the sale value of the abnormal item is deducted from opening stock and sales since it is not a normal item. So that is the concept here. Okay. Raising your hands, everything, we can take it after some time. Everybody. So now we are going to go ahead. Okay, there is only Telegram group. They will send you the link for the Telegram group. You people don't have to worry. See, same September 2025, the same question has come in your exam. That is what? Okay, they are telling. So the same question has come in the inventory. Now we go to the concept number 3. What is concept number 1? Adjusted selling price is the concept number 1. Concept number 2 is your abnormal loss. Now concept number 3 is stock taking. So what is the concept that we are going to learn here? Everybody please see. Usually we have to count. Stock taking ka matlab hai when we physically count the stock in the business. That is the meaning of stock taking. Okay, that is the meaning of stock taking. That is the meaning of stock taking. Okay, my dear students, all of you please see the concept number 3, which we are going to see now, is with regard to the stock taking. Okay, stock taking meaning is you are going to physically count the stock. This will be done once in a year. In a year, एक year में एक ही बार every business will count the stock. So that is called as stock taking. What is the date? Usually we close the books and then we count. So usually we count, just a minute. Usually we count this. Give me 1 minute. Okay, usually we count this on. Usually we count the stock at the end of the year, which is on 31st of March. We count the stock on the end of the year, which is usually on 31st March. Okay. But sometimes all of you please see, sometimes there can be some issues. Okay. There can be some issues. So thoda idhar udhar ho jata hai. So the stock can be either computed before 31st March. Let us say 22nd March, you are doing it because next week your workers or your employees leave mein chale ja rahe hai. So what you want to do? When they are there itself, you want to do the stock taking. Okay, chalo, on 22nd March, let me do the stock taking. I have done it. Or 31st March, it was not possible up till 31st March. April, May, 10th of April, I am doing the stock taking. Okay. So, यहाँ पे value of stock I am getting. यहाँ पे भी I am getting the value of stock. तो you tell me, my dear students, आप जब balance sheet बनाते हो, you will prepare it on which date usually? Any balance sheet that you prepare, you will prepare it on which date? You will be preparing generally at the closing date of the books. Correct? Year end. Very good, Mubarak. Very good, Ujjwal. Very good, everybody. 31st of March you want. So when I write the value of inventory in the balance sheet, which date ka I have to write the value? I should write the value as on 31st March only. So in my balance sheet, I should write the value of the inventory as on 31st March only. That means then, madam, this value and this value, what should I do, madam? You have to, even if the question gives you the value of stock as on before 31st March, you should bring it to the value as of 31st of March. So what you will do, in between there can be purchases, in between there can be sales. तो क्या करना है? वैल्यू ऑफ स्टॉक जो कुछ भी आप 22nd मार्च में कंप्यूट कर रहे हो, उसके साथ you should add or subtract the purchases. Add the purchases because during the period I am purchasing. So this will form a part of my stock only. Then what about the sales? Sales are those items which is gone from the stock. So you are supposed to subtract it. क्या करना है? You have to subtract it. Is this clear, everybody? Do you have any doubts in this particular thing? Why you added purchases, madam? Why you subtracted sales, madam? I am going from 22nd March to 31st of March. I am going from 22nd March to 31st of March. Now let us come from the reverse. Madam, 10th of April only I got the value of stock, madam. Now I am going back to 31st of March. What I am doing? Coming back to 31st of March. Now you tell me, what should I do with the purchases and sales here? Purchases को क्या करना है? Purchases have happened after 31st of March, correct? So I have to subtract the purchases, but I have to add the sales. That's all. Did you understand? If you do all of this, you will be getting the value of the stock as on 31st of March. That's all. Value of the stock as on 31st of March. Clear? Now, there is one more concept here, but an easy concept. What is that? Okay, madam, all of this is okay. Now, the value of the stock which I count will be at the cost, because usually inventory means cost, correct? So the value of the stock that I'm going to count here will be at the cost. Here also, on 10th April also, that also will be in cost. Madam, purchases usually means cost only, madam. Purchase का कुछ भी दिया है वो होता है cost. But sale value is given, madam. That means, should I take sale value here? No. So the next thing that you're understanding is, first this concept is clear, no? Simple. But जब भी वो सेल्स देता है क्वेश्चन में, यू शुड रिमेंबर दैट आई वांट द कॉस्ट. सो सेल वैल्यू से आई हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई द cost of sales. How will I do this, ma? How will I find out cost of sales? Shweta is telling, madam, easy. Sales minus profit, that is the cost, no, madam? Very good. So sales minus profit is the cost. Very, very good. Now I am coming here. There is a percentage that you need to follow. Always the profit can be given as a percentage of cost also, as a percentage of sales also. So in this type of question will be very, very easy. But for you to find out what they will give you, profit percentage on cost, they will say 1/3 is given on cost. Okay, but you have sale value here, no? So how will you convert the percentage of profit given on cost into sale? I will tell you a simple method. First, convert the percentage into the fraction. That is 33.33 percentage means 33.33 by 100 is 1/3. 1/3 fraction. आपको मालूम है ना परसेंटेज से फ्रैक्शन कैसे कन्वर्ट करते हैं? डिवाइड बाय 100, तो आपको फ्रैक्शन मिल जाता है. Okay, now after getting the fraction, all of you please see simple logic. From cost to sales you have to do denominator में add 1. Denominator में add 1. That's all. Suppose 1/2 है, sales पे what will be the percentage on sales, fraction on sales? You tell me. 1/2 on cost, that is profit is 1/2 on cost. How much will it be on sales? You tell me. 1 by 3. Suppose all of you please see. I say 1 by 5 on sales is given to me. What will be the cost? Is tarah ka how I will convert? How I will take it? I have to do minus. Clear everybody? 1 by 6. No, no, no. Payal Sharma. Cost always will be lesser than the sales. Okay. When you go from cost to sales, you have to add 1. When you come from sales to cost, you have to minus 1. From here to this means you should minus 1. Is this clear? Do you people have any doubts until this particular thing? Ma'am, what if we have loss? Shweta, why are you always concerned about loss? Something that is quite abnormal or something? Don't worry, there will not be any particular loss given to you. Suppose, suppose, if you are getting any particular loss here, add it with the add it with the selling price, then you will get the cost, no? Now we are going to go ahead. Everybody, ये वाला फॉर्मूला कब यूज करना है गुरविंदर इज आस्किंग. अभी मैं बताती हूँ. जब आप क्वेश्चन को पढ़ते हो आपको सेल प्राइस दिया जाएगा बट प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज कॉस्ट में दिया जाएगा. सो कॉस्ट का प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज आप सेल पे डायरेक्टली अप्लाई कर सकते हो? नो. कॉस्ट का परसेंटेज कॉस्ट प्राइस में अप्लाई करना है, सेल का परसेंटेज सेल प्राइस में अप्लाई करना है. तो तभी आपको ये वाला टेबल बना के यू शुड कन्वर्ट इट एंड देन डू इट. Simple as that. Clear, everybody? So we are going to go ahead now with the illustration number 9. Illustration number 9. Very easy illustration, but I want everybody of you to see. A trader prepared his accounts on 31st March every year. Due to some unavoidable reasons, no stock taking could be possible till 15th April, on which date the total cost of goods in his godown came to 50,000. The following facts were established between 31st March to 15th of April. So they are giving you 5 transactions between this particular week and they are asking you to do. Please see here, goods are sold by the trader at a profit of 20% on sales. यहाँ पे profit percentage directly is given on sales. Okay. Now you are required to ascertain the value of inventory as on 31st of March. So how should we start solving? The first thing is presentation. Statement showing the valuation of inventory as of 31st of March 2022. This is the heading. Particulars, amount column. If you want amount inner column, just like we do the BRS, you can do. Now the first thing is value, or you can write cost of the inventory. Everybody please see, cost of the inventory as on which date? 15th of April 2022. Cost of inventory है 50,000. अब जो कुछ भी transactions is done between the period, I should add and subtract. So I will get the cost of inventory. What is required? मेरे को कब तक का inventory value चाहिए? 31st of March 2022. I should get the inventory value. Okay, it is given to me. Now you tell me, looking at this particular table, whether we are doing this case or this case. We are doing the 10th April case. That is, the stock taking is done after 31st March. So what are we supposed to add? What are we supposed to subtract? We are supposed to add the cost of sales and subtract the purchases. Very good. Now let us read the question. Everybody please see here, we are going to read the adjustments one by one. Don't do it, but just listen to me. All of you please see. Sales दिया गया है 41,000 including cash sales. My dear students, you don't have to worry cash or credit. Total sale को लेना है. Because even if you do cash sale or credit sale, movement of the stock तो would be given to the debtor. So stock आपके पास चला जाएगा. It is not still there with you. Cash sale है या credit sale है, no problem. टोटल सेल वैल्यू आपको कंसिडर करना है. इज दैट क्लियर? ओके. सो देन आई हैव टोटल सेल वैल्यू 41,000 मैडम. ओके. नाउ द पॉइंट नंबर 3 सेल्स रिटर्न्स भी है. तो सेल्स रिटर्न्स का मीनिंग क्या है? यू शुड टेक द net value of sales. So sales minus sales returns. So inner column में I am writing 41,000 41,000 minus 1,000. So total आ गया है 40,000. But this is at the so you have to subtract it, but this is the sale value minus profit. Madam, kitna hai profit? 20%, madam. 20 percentage, where it is given, madam. Please read the question, everybody. Abhi sale price diya hai 40,000, which is 41,000 of the sales minus 1,000 sales return. Total sales hai 40,000. But madam, sale value में profit भी included है, madam. हमको चाहिए कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स. व्हाट डू वी नीड? वी नीड ओनली द कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स. उसको हम कैसे, हाउ विल वी कंप्यूटेड? कितना परसेंटेज है सेल्स पे? इट इज 20%. सो 40,000 इंटू 20% इज 8,000. इफ आई subtract 32,000 is the cost of sales that I should take it. Clear, everybody? Very simple. Total sales given in the question is 41,000. Now sales return I have to subtract it because wo goods have come back to me. Those particular goods have come back to me. So that I will subtract it. Then remaining I will be taking it this way. Clear? Everybody clear with the cost of sales? Now the next one is purchases. So under less, I have to subtract the value of purchases. So purchases में profit कुछ भी नहीं है. Purchases is directly given at cost only. So simple. What should I do? Take the purchases value of 5,034, including cash purchases. So what? Take the total value of the purchases 5,034. That I have to subtract. Okay, madam, purchases and sales both are clear. Okay, now fourth and fifth adjustment we are going to go. Don't worry, very simple. Neha, उसमें कुछ problem नहीं है. Now let us first understand about fifth transaction and then go back to fourth. अभी first में पहले fifth कर रही हूँ. Everybody please listen to that. The trader had also received goods costing 8,000. So 8,000 rupees का goods का cost trader ने receive किया है. But by what he has received? For sale on consignment basis. Consignment का meaning क्या है? What is the meaning of consignment? Consignment means वो आपका goods नहीं है. आपका friend यानी कुछ consignor ने उसका goods he has sent to you. He has sent the goods to you because he has sent the goods to you for you to sell for him on his behalf. Because उसको किसी की तरह का हेल्प नहीं है, तो आपको वो जानता है और आपके पास ऑलरेडी एस्टेब्लिश्ड बिजनेस है, तो ही वांट्स टू सेल हिज गुड्स बाय योर असिस्टेंस. बट ये वाला गुड्स जो कंसाइनमेंट में मिलेगा, ये क्या आपका गुड्स है? नहीं. तो द रिमाइनिंग और द सिंपल लॉजिक इज always consignment goods का principle है not my goods. So I have to always subtract the consignment goods from the value of the stock, which means that इस value of 50,000 में मेरा consignment stock भी included है. तो अभी वो कंसाइनमेंट गुड्स को मैं सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. मैडम क्या फुल्ली 8,000 को मैं सब्ट्रैक्ट करती हूँ? नहीं. अभी दूसरा सेंटेंस पढ़ो. Not full 8,000. Then what I have to subtract, madam? Read the question and see that 20% of the goods had been sold by 31st of March and another 50% has been sold by 15th of April. तो इस 8,000 में already 20% 31st March is over and another 50% 15th of April उसने sell कर दिया. All of you please see, उसने sell कर दिया. So इसका मतलब है कि out of 8,000 what is remaining? Remaining क्या है? Remaining क्या है? श्वेता शर्मा, देयर इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन, व्हाई शुड वी ऐड? कंसाइनमेंट का मीनिंग है आप जब कंसाइनमेंट का एंट्रीज पास करते हो, आपका स्टॉक में ले लेते हो एंड यू विल सबट्रैक्ट इट, दैट इज हाउ यू विल डू इट. ओके, सो नाउ ऑल ऑफ यू प्लीज सी. She's asked a sensible question. She said, why should you include and then why should you subtract? Shweta, it is done like that only. So 100 minus 20% already sold, 50 already sold. तो कितना बाकी है? Why madam 100 ले रही हो? We are talking about percentage, no? ओके, सो अभी 30% है बाकी. 100 - 20 - 50 30% है. हाउ 6400? मुबारक, रॉन्ग. 8000 into 30% is 2400. It comes to 2400 is the stock. Did you understand? मुबारक, नाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड? आउट ऑफ द एंटायर 100%, 20% सेल हो गया, सो इट इज रिमूव्ड ऑलरेडी, स्टॉक में से वो गया. 50% ऑल्सो इज डन ऑन 15th of April. तो 15th of April उस सेल के बाद ही उसने काउंट किया. सो these two things, 20% 50% have gone away from the stock. So what is still remaining in the stock? 100 minus 20 minus 50, 30% is remaining in the stock, which means that 2400 rupees. Okay. That is already subtracted, my dear students. कंसाइनमेंट का एक ही जैसा ट्रीटमेंट है. कंसाइनमेंट सेल का ट्रीटमेंट ये है कि जब वो आता है वो परचेजेस में इंक्लूड हो जाता है, जब वो सेल्स होता है वो आपका इन्वेंट्री से चले जाता है. आपका कंसर्न क्या है? व्हाट इज दैट यू हैव टू बी कंसर्न व्हेन यू सी अ कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक? अभी कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक कितना अनसोल्ड है मेरे पास, तो वो अनसोल्ड स्टॉक मेरा स्टॉक नहीं है, बट मैं काउंट करने के टाइम पे उसको मेरा स्टॉक में कंसिडर कर देती हूँ. सो इसलिए ओके, इसलिए मैं क्या करती हूँ, मैं उस स्टॉक को भी अभी मैं सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. सो इन दिस क्वेश्चन 8000 रुपीज इज द वैल्यू ऑफ द टोटल कंसाइनमेंट स्टॉक. उसमें 20% ऑलरेडी सोल्ड, 50% ऑलरेडी सोल्ड विद इन द 15th of April. Since I have already given and I have already taken, okay, within 15th of April, that is why I am subtracting this. So the remaining 30% का stock अभी भी मेरा inventory में है. So that 30% of 8000 मेरा stock नहीं है. I have to subtract it. Now a question Ujjwal is asking is that, madam, what if after 15th of April I am going to sell? तभी क्या ना, if after 15th of April I am going to sell, then this percentage I am not going to consider this 50, because it is still in my inventory as of 15th, no? Got the point? If I'm going to sell after 15th means it is still in the part of the inventory. No, it is not like sold. So now you have to remove that also. Clear yahan tak? Do anybody has any doubts? Consignment stock जो कुछ भी है आपके पास, you should remove it from the value of inventory. ये ही है thumb rule. तो कितना है? After selling 2 times within 15th, I am removing them. Remaining only I am going to take. I want everybody of you to answer. Did you all understand? Then we will go to the last one. Okay, good. All of you please come to the next and the last part of the question. అక్కడ ఉంది తీసుకుంటా. ఇస్తాను ఉండు ఇది అయ్యాక. ఏం కొట్టదు. All of you please see here. On 15th of March, goods of the sale value 10,000 were sent on sale or return basis to a customer. The period of approval being 4 weeks. He returned 40% of the goods on 10th of April, approving the rest, and the customer was billed on 16th of April. अभी यहाँ पे एक concept है sale on approval basis. What is it? Sale on approval basis. Please listen to this concept very clearly. जब मार्केट में न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स आता है, द कस्टमर्स को कुछ भी उसमें ट्रस्ट नहीं रहता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू गो बैक, अक्षित प्लीज वेट मा, आई विल एक्सप्लेन. लेट मी फिनिश दिस, देन आई विल एक्सप्लेन. आई सॉ योर डाउट, प्लीज वेट. सो नाउ कमिंग बैक, when you go to a sweet shop, आप जब स्वीट शॉप में जाते हो and there is a new, okay, So and there is a new sweet that is introduced. Okay, कुछ new sweet बनाया है sweet shop. तो वो क्या करता है? Not even the new sweet, even if you want to taste, they will first give you a sample from it. Correct? They'll give you a sample, and after you eat the sample, you can decide whether you want to purchase or not. Clear? उसी तरह का होता है सेल ऑन अप्रूवल बेसिस, बट इट इज अ लिटिल ब्रॉडर कॉन्सेप्ट. ओके, सेल स्वीट खाने जैसा उतना इजी नहीं है. फ्रॉम अकाउंटिंग पर्सपेक्टिव इट इज अ लिटिल डिफिकल्ट, नॉट डिफिकल्ट, अ लिटिल मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. ओके, सो नाउ कमिंग बैक, सेल ऑन अप्रूवल में क्या होता है कि फर्स्ट द बिजनेस विल सेंड द गुड्स टू द कस्टमर. इट विल टेल आई एम सेंडिंग यू द गुड्स ऑन सेल ऑन अप्रूवल बेसिस. इस कंडीशन को मेंशन करने से वो सेल ऑन अप्रूवल या रिजेक्ट बेसिस बन जाता है. इसका मीनिंग क्या है सेल ऑन अप्रूवल या रिजेक्ट? इसका मीनिंग होता है कि when the customer ko kuch time period will be given, some time period will be given to the customer. So within the time period he should either accept the goods or reject the goods. For example, today, which is on 10th of October, I am sending goods to customer A. I tell him within 5 days, that is by 15th of October, you should tell me whether you want the goods or not. So 5 days is the trial period. And my dear students, on the 15th of October, if he says okay, it is considered as accepted. That is, the customer has taken the goods. If he says no, the goods will be rejected. Clear? This concept is clear. Now, iska accounting treatment kaisa kiya jata hai, madam? When you send the goods from your business to the customer, even if it is on sale or approval basis, it will be treated like sales only. It will be treated like sales only. आप जब goods को sale on approval basis में आप ट्रांसफर करते हो कस्टमर के पास, आपके बुक्स में एंट्री सेल एंट्री ही लिखते हो. You will write it as a sale entry only. Then madam, कस्टमर ने रिजेक्ट किया है गुड्स को, एंट्री को रिवर्स कर देते हैं. व्हेन यू रिजेक्ट, द कस्टमर रिजेक्ट्स द गुड्स, दैट मींस यू गेट बैक योर गुड्स फ्रॉम द कस्टमर. व्हाट हैपेंस? इट विल गेट एडेड टू द इन्वेंटरी. इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली गेट एडेड टू द इन्वेंटरी बिकॉज आप एंट्री को रिवर्स कर देते हो. यू विल डू द एंट्री एज डेटार टू सेल्स. यूजुअल एंट्री आपको क्या लिखना पड़ेगा व्हेन यू डू अ सेल? डेटार अकाउंट डेबिट टू सेल अकाउंट. सेल्स क्रेडिट हो जाता है, डेटा डेबिट हो जाता है. तो व्हेन आई सेंड द गुड्स ऑन अप्रूवल बेसिस में इस एंट्री को पास कर देती हूँ, सेल्स को रिकॉर्ड कर देती हूँ. व्हेन दैट गेट्स रिजेक्टेड, जब वो रिजेक्ट हो जाता है, द एंट्री विल बी रिवर्स्ड. कैसा रिवर्स हो जाएगा? सेल्स विल गेट डेबिटेड, डेटार अकाउंट विल गेट क्रेडिटेड. सो दोनों विल गेट subtracted. Okay, are we charging GST? Sarla Devi, you are getting very good doubts. Usually GST will be charged, they will give you within the time period. So in that 1 month itself, he rejects or he gets back also. Usually GST will not be charged until he accepts the goods. Okay. Okay. So now coming back, ये वाला sale entry I will do, and when it is rejected, I will reverse it. Then madam, if he accepts करने से, what will you do? Accept करने से, okay, you have to listen, Neha. Please listen. When the goods are accepted by the customer, don't pass any entry. That's all. Because already आपने पहले ही sales को record किया है, तो finished. Is this clear? So coming back, everybody, you will do an adjustment maybe. So coming back, all of you, please see now with the concept. आप इस बार को you have to read. On 15th of March, goods of the value 10,000 were sent on sale or return basis to a customer. The period of approval being 4 weeks. That means from 15th of March, 4 weeks means 15th April tak the goods are sent on approval basis. All of you please see, 15th of March से लेके 15th of April तक 4 weeks time is given for goods on approval basis. Clear? Total value of the goods कितना है? 10,000 rupees है. अभी what is happening? On 10th of April कुछ goods को reject कर रहा है. So 40% of 10,000, 4,000 rupees goods are rejected. That means meaning क्या है? वो वापस आ गया है. मैंने कब, when did I take the stock taking? 15th मैंने स्टॉक को काउंट किया है. तो ये वाला 4,000 जो 10th मिल गया है मेरे स्टॉक पे, इट इज ऑलरेडी इंक्लूडेड. क्या हुआ? ये वाला ऑलरेडी इंक्लूड हुआ है. ओके, Payal Sharma tells me, yes, madam, the 60% of 10,000 जो कुछ भी customer के पास है, whatever is there with the customer, which is nothing but 6,000 rupees, that is nothing but, all of you please see, that is nothing but sale, correct? But when did it become the sale? When did you put the invoice to the customer? All of you please see. Very, very important, each and every word here. Approving the rest, customer was billed on 16th of April. Just one day after the stock taking, he was billed on 16th of April. All of you please see here. 16th of April only this became a sale. On 15th of April, was it a sale? You tell me. 15th of April, was it a sale? It was not a sale on 15th of April, but still it is there with your customer on approval basis. So, my dear students, please listen to the concept now. On 15th of April, it is not still considered as sale. See, even though you pass an entry like it has already been sold, technically, think logically, it is not a sale till this particular date. Correct? So now what is the law telling you to do is, if your goods are there with the customer on sale or approval basis and on the date of stock taking, it is still not approved. The customer has still not given his acceptance for that. You have to consider that particular amount in your stock. You should consider that particular amount in your stock. Now, why are we adding this? Because first, when you send 10,000, uska sale entry you have already passed, correct? Now, the sales you have to add it back. Same way, sale on approval basis also you are going to add back. But see what you are going to add back. See here. Sale on approval basis also 6,000 rupees is there. So 6,000 minus 20 percentage. Why, madam? 6,000 is the selling price. Profit I have to remove, madam, which comes to 4,800. So, my dear students, out of or very simple to understand, just remember whenever sale on approval basis is given to you in the question, you should first see how much is rejected. जो कुछ भी रिजेक्ट हुआ है उसके उसको कुछ भी मत करो, डोंट डू एनीथिंग. उसका मीनिंग है वो रिजेक्टेड है और ऑलरेडी आप स्टॉक में इंक्लूड हुआ है, फिनिश. सो वॉट एवर इज रिजेक्टेड उसको भूल जाओ. वॉट एवर इज नॉट रिजेक्टेड, तो कितना नॉट रिजेक्टेड है उसको फिर ध्यान से पढ़ो. द टाइम ऑफ स्टॉक टेकिंग, उस टाइम से सेल्स हुआ है, दैट मीन्स हैज द कस्टमर एक्सेप्टेड ऑन 15th. इफ ही हैज एक्सेप्टेड उसको भी भूल जाओ, दैट्स ऑल. बट इन दिस क्वेश्चन उसने 15th एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया है, ही हैज एक्सेप्टेड वन डे लेटर ऑन 16th. तो 15th तक आप जब इन्वेंट्री को काउंट करते हो, इसको भी आपके इन्वेंट्री में इंक्लूड करना है, बिकॉज द ओनरशिप इज स्टिल योर्स. आपका ही ओनरशिप राइट स्टिल है. So that is why you have to consider them and take it in your account. If suppose the word invoice किया गया है 15th of April, forget it. इस transaction में कुछ भी नहीं करना चाहिए. That's all. If on 15th itself, if the invoice is made, I know Neha, that is your doubt. If on 15th itself invoice कर दिया हो, इसको भी भूल जाओ. No transaction, no addition, no subtraction. इस transaction का कुछ meaning ही नहीं है. Did you all understand? Everybody? Now please tell me what is the answer, final answer for this question. It is easy provided you take the efforts to understand. Now in the class you might understand, but go back and practice today itself. Tell me what is the answer? 52,000 plus 82, 86,800 minus 2,400 is 84,400 minus 5,034, correct? This is 6, this is 6. This is 379. That's all. That is the actual answer. Akshit, you understood? Mubarak, you understood? Shweta, I want everybody of them. Okay, Shweta has understood. Ujjwal, yeah, he has answered. Ma'am, your brain is a calculator or what? No, my brain is not a calculator. In fact, I keep forgetting so many things. Okay. It comes only by practice. So this is not the first time I'm taking the class, no. So I will know everything. That is why I'm asking you people also to practice like that, okay? If you also practice, it will be easy. Radhika, good. Mubarak. Why sale on approval is confusing? Sale on approval means it is based on a condition. आपको कुछ टाइम दिया जाएगा, okay? But goods physically आपके अकाउंट से और आपके फैक्ट्री से कस्टमर के पास पहुंच गया है. Clear? नाउ जब यस इस तरह का एंट्रीज और इस तरह का ट्रांजैक्शंस आता है, द ओनली रूल इज आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि स्टॉक टेकिंग के डेट पे गुड्स रिजेक्टेड है या गुड्स उसके साथ है, अप्रूवल नहीं दिया गया है. तो गुड्स रिजेक्टेड और आपके पास आ गया है, उसको ऑलरेडी आपको एंट्री कर देते हो. बट जो कुछ भी गुड्स अप्रूवल नहीं हुआ है, उसको आप कॉस्ट में आपके क्लोजिंग स्टॉक में लेना पड़ेगा. दैट्स ऑल. एक ही है. आप फिर जाके इसका नोट्स बनाते हो तो इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इजी फॉर यू पीपल. इस पेमेंट ऑल्सो ऑन अक्रूवल बेसिस. किसका पेमेंट? यशी, डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड? सरला देवी, सो द जीएसटी यूजुअली एज यू से इज करेक्ट. आप जब सेल कर देते हो यू शुड राइट इट और यू शुड डू इट ऑन अ जीएसटी basis only. Okay, so big organizations definitely follow the GST method, and when the goods are returned or rejected, GST को amend कर देते हैं वो. Okay, yes, treat it as normal sales. That's the easiest way to remember. To be very very frank, no, you treat it as a normal sale, but Ragul, there will be a condition there. If the goods are not approved, then you should add it back with your closing stock. Okay. What is meant by sale on approval basis, sir? Akshit, just now I explained everything. You also told okay. Again, you are asking. Sale on approval basis means directly it is not a sale. It is an indirect sale. It is a conditional sale. क्या condition वो डालता है? इतना days में आपको reply करना पड़ेगा. Vetri Selvi, good. Reply करना पड़ेगा. But if you are not able to reply or if you don't reply, I will consider it as sale. So जब तक वो reply और approval यानी acceptance नहीं दिया है, you are still the legal owner. Delivery challan or you just send the goods only, okay? No, Jia Gupta, I think you have come to the class a little late. Whenever you are sending the goods of 10,000, no, you pass the sales entry. You got the point. You pass the sales entry, which means that the goods have physically gone out. When you do the physical stock taking, this particular 10,000 value goods are not even there, no, in this 50,000. Now, why are you adding back 4,800? Because as on 15, still approval is not given. So legally, you are the owner. That particular goods, you have to take it into the stock. That is why you do that. Clear? E-invoice for this. Everybody is asking that doubt only. You don't have to do anything. First, you be bothered about what you have to do now rather than afterwards. Okay? Just give me one particular minute. Hello? Okay, sorry. So coming back to the class. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इंक्लूड कैश. कैश का कुछ भी लेना देना नहीं है तरुण दास. कैश सेल्स है, क्रेडिट सेल्स है, कैश परचेज है, क्रेडिट परचेज है. टेक द टोटल वैल्यू. ओके, वो कैश है या क्रेडिट है, एवरीथिंग इज द सेम. Okay, I think we are finished. Are we all good? I'll just take a 2 minute break. Uh, See, GST, see, whatever people, how many ever people are asking or about that GST ka issue, it depends upon what is the policy your company is following. Some policies, no, in some companies, no, they don't do this e-invoicing at all. So इसको वो सेल्स के तरह ट्रीट ही नहीं करते हैं. बट बीइंग द अकाउंट स्टूडेंट्स, you should understand that the concept of sale on approval, when you pass or when you send the goods, आपको वो सेल एंट्री लिख देना चाहिए. Okay, but there are many organizations, they don't do this until the approval is given. So in that case, the entry, the concept little changes. So जब आप goods को send करते हो किसी पे, कहीं पे आप एंट्री नहीं करते हो, तो जब गुड्स रिटर्न हो जाता है, नो एंट्री यू विल पास. बट जब गुड्स को वो एक्सेप्ट कर देता है, तभी आप सेल्स का एंट्री तभी पास करते हो. तो उस टाइम पे जीएसटी का ई इनवॉइस करते हो, सभी करते हो. बट थोड़ा कुछ बड़े बड़े लाइक वेरी बिग इंडस्ट्रीज और वेरी बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, दे माइट फॉलो व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग बिकॉज दैट्स द कॉन्सेप्ट. सो जब वो सेंड करता है गुड्स, वही टाइम पे सेल्स एंट्री को रिकॉर्ड करके ई इनवॉइस को वो जनरेट करके बेचता है. व्हेन द गुड्स आर रिटर्न्ड, मैं एंट्री को रिवर्स कर देती हूँ, और द नेक्स्ट मंथ और विद सी द टाइम पीरियड विल बी विद इन 1 मंथ. सो आपका जीएसटी का कुछ इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. दैट हाउ दे विल probably decide. Is this okay, everybody? So it depends upon what the company wants to do. That's it. So 12:25 again 12:30. Just give me a 5 minute break. We will be doing the next illustration. Illustration number 10. The same illustration there also. Stock taking is done on 15th. Again 4 transactions are given. Sales transactions is there. Purchases transaction is there. And the other two, no. Consignment nahi. Sale on approval nahi. बहुत easy transactions are there. If you people can start doing that also, no problem. Give me a 5 minute break. I'll be back. right now. And then we have one more class tomorrow. Physical damages in stock, how should you treat? Good question, Sandeep. Simple. If there is a physical damage, if the value is written off, if the value is reduced, if the value is deducted, subtract it from the stock value. That's all. As simple as that. Okay. Now we are going to go ahead with the illustration number 10. Illustration number 10, as I told you, it is much easier. Okay. There is no this much big, no, what is that? Consignment nahi hai. Nothing. Simple. Life is much, much simpler in that particular. But it looks big. The questions that look a little big, no, actually are easy to solve than the questions that look a little smaller. Correct, no? Now, the value or the stock of cost of the inventory on all of you, please see. Inventory taking for the year ended was completed on 10th of April. The value of the inventory showed 16,75,000 at cost as on the completion date. So the first thing that we know is on 10th of April 2022, the value of the stock is 16,75,000. Clear everybody? So this is the second case. I will add the cost of sales, subtract the purchases. वो है rule number 1. Okay. I will add the cost of sales and I have to subtract the purchases. Okay. Now all of you see, after the end of the accounting year, until the date of completion of inventory taking, sales for the next year is 68,750. Profit margin being 33 on cost. इस तरह की problems में sales amount is given, percentage is given on cost. तो क्या करना है? You should convert the percentage of cost to percentage on sale value. Simple. How will you do that? There is a table for that. I will show you. Now let us come to the second one. Purchases in the purchases for the next year included in the inventory amounted to 90,000 at cost less trade discount. तो यहाँ पे purchases में discount दिया है. So the same thing, but you have to subtract the discount. Okay. During this period, goods were added to the inventory at a markup price of 3,000 in respect of sales return. So the first thing is I am supposed to add the cost of sales, but cost of sales के लिए actual sales is 68,750. Returns कितना है? Sales returns कितना है? 3,000 given to us in the question. So 65,750. Madam, subtract the profit, but for the profit is given as a fraction of the cost. So what is 1/3 on cost means how much will be on the sale value? Markup is selling price. Markup price का मतलब or meaning is selling price. Okay, markup price is selling price. So you tell me 1/3 on cost is how much on the sale? I told you, no, just now that table. Very good. 1/4 on the sale value. So please apply 1/4. 65,750 into 1/4. कितना है profit? You will get it in decimals. No problem. You will get the profit amount in decimals. That is 65,750 into 1/4. 16,438. Very good. So what is the actual value of the sale here? Sandeep Raj, you tell me what is the actual value of the sale. 65,750 minus 16,438 gives you 12 and 7 fours are 3. 65 minus 16. So 9. 49,312. Is this clear? Everybody understood? Simple, ma. It is very, very simple question. Nothing you people don't even have to understand or worry. Sales hai, sales return hai. Subtract both. And on this value, you should apply the percentage. But percent is not given directly. It is told 33.33 percentage on cost. So fraction mein when you convert, it is 1/3 on cost. So on the sale value, it will be 1/4 on sale value. That's all, very simple. So when I do this, now you have to subtract the purchases. Purchases में क्या है? 90,000 minus 10 percentage, which is 9,000. So 81,000 is my total purchase value. Clear everybody? Now let us read the remaining part. वो भी बहुत easy है. It's nothing very big and all of you please see. After inventory taking, it was found that there were certain very slow old items costing 11,250, which should now be taken at 5,250 to ensure disposal to an interested customer. कुछ goods आपके पास है but they have become non-moving. Like the other items, you are not able to sell it fast. So the customer told it is already damaged, it is slow moving, it is not at all moving, but I will purchase it if you reduce the cost. So 11,250 rupees was the actual worth of the goods included in this, but now I should reduce it to 5,250. That means the reduction, I have to subtract it. What I should write? Reduction in value of slow moving item. How much? 11,250 was the value. Now I should bring it down to 5,250. That means in this particular value, 11,250 is already there. I will subtract 6,000 and bring it to 5,250. The word given there is from 11,250, bring it to 5,250. It is not bring it down by. English में थोड़ा थोड़ा small words also they make a lot of difference. Okay. Yes, net worth of a company is not the sales, it is the profit. How much profit they're able to make? What is the money they have raised? Neha, please stick your doubts to this. All of you, please see here. Due to a heavy flood, certain goods costing 15,500 were received from the supplier beyond the delivery date of the customer. As a result, the customer refused to take delivery, and the net realizable value it came to be 12,500. Compute the value. क्या हो गया है? Here also there is an issue. 15,500 worth goods को आप delivery date, for example today it has to be delivered. So customer को आपने promise किया है कि 15,500 worth goods आपको आज delivery हो जाएगा. But due to heavy floods you couldn't deliver to the customer. So customer told नहीं, you didn't deliver today, I will not take it. So what will happen my dear students? उसको reduce करना पड़ रहा है. The same way reduction in the net realizable value कितना से कितना तक? 15,500 अभी 12,500 बन गया है. So 3,000 rupees I am reducing it directly because I cannot get it. Why reduction? Because it is given no. Now the net realizable value, Ujjwal, from 15,500 the sale value is now dropped to 12,500. It is given to you in the question. आप question पढ़ो. If you see the question, it will be very, very easy. All of you, please see here. As a result, the customer refused to take the delivery and the net realizable value was estimated to be. इसका मीनिंग क्या है? reduce किया गया है. From 15,500, the net realizable value now changed to 12,500, which means 3,000 rupees negative. So when you do this, you will get cost of the inventory as on 31st March 2022. Can somebody tell me the answer for this? This again 90,000 minus this will be 15 lakh and 85. 15 lakh and 85,000 minus 49,312. So here it will be 88,688. 14 minus 9 is 5. 3. 15, 35, 688. Oh, I have to add that. Okay, sorry. 16 lakh 34 310. 10 or 12 you will get. You can just round it off. Okay. Clear everybody? Do you have any doubts with this? Take a screenshot of this particular working. Ma'am, why it is ये गलत है? No, don't do that. I know you people will tell because you're looking in the textbook. My dear students, ये वाला बात गलत नहीं है. In your textbook, they have just changed the prediction. They have just changed the presentation. यहाँ पे cost of sale return लिया है. But you can anyway subtract it here also. 68,750 से आप डायरेक्टली 3000 को सब्ट्रैक्ट करके प्रॉफिट को रिमूव कर सकते हो. वाई टू डू टू स्टेप्स? डू इट इन द सेम स्टेप. You will get the same answer, Neha. But here 16,034 312 मिल जाएगा. वो 2 rupees decimals का इफेक्ट है. It is nothing wrong. Same answer only you are getting. Clear everybody? Abhi? Now everybody is clear? What is the answer that you're getting if you do like this? 15 lakh 85 plus 49. So it will be, why galat? No galat. Wait. It will be 312. Here it is 4, 8, 4, 1, 3, 1. 16, 34, 3, 1, 12 only, no? Cost कैसे calculate कर रहे? Please Neha, don't see your textbook. See this and follow this, no? Cost कैसा calculate किया है? Rahul, you can do it directly, okay? You don't even have to worry about it. See this, Neha, Hamara, please see how we have solved it and go with that itself, okay? So it will be easy only. The same thing only, there will be a decimal difference, that's all. Sarla Devi, did everybody of you understand? Don't tell me the answer that's given in the textbook. You tell me what we have worked out. Then you will understand whether it is correct or not. Take screenshots. I've just moved. Shweta Sharma. नेहा ये भी करेक्ट है, गलत नहीं है, ओके? डोंट थिंक गलत गलत गलत. Yes, simply we are deducting the loss because that's no more the value, no? Raj, that is why. Is it compulsory to write the notes? For everything you need not write, Mubarak. But where there are a little confusing and a little difficult, complicated concepts, give note. Where you feel you should give a note, give. Yes, Bindya, correct. Is this clear? So with this, we complete the concept number 3 also. Okay, I think you have taken screenshots. Let me push the screen to my face. Okay, so we have completed the concept number 3 also in this particular chapter. So there is only one more concept that is left out. Okay, so you want me to start? Anyways, we have 2 hours tomorrow also, no? So I will just take, okay, up till the next 15. That's okay, Gurvinder. That is what I'm telling you. 2 rupees का फर्क है. That's okay because textbook में just they have taken sale 68,750 into 1/4 प्रॉफिट रिमूव किया है और यहाँ पे वॉट एवर आई एम सब्ट्रैक्टिंग सेल्स रिटर्न उसको नीचे लेके गया है. So it is not a problem. Yeah, I will start from tomorrow only. No problem. I'll start that concept. One of the most important and very easiest concept also. We'll finish that in the next 1 hour itself tomorrow. Now people tell me there were few people who asked doubts about BRS. Okay. So we'll go with that. People who don't have doubts, I think you can exit the class. We have finished inventory though. Inventory is over. So I will now take, yeah, Ujjwal, I will be taking that concept. Inventories ka concept tomorrow only. Now I will take doubts of BRS. For few people, they have asked. Clear? Anybody has doubts in BRS? Somebody was asking me in the beginning of the class. Yes. Yeah, okay, Yashi. Yashi is asking me, any doubts, even if you have here also, we will take. Yashi is asking me, madam, how do you or what do you do? What is the meaning of reduction in the net realizable value? Yashi, the meaning is आपने कुछ एस्टिमेट किया है इसका कॉस्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम्पल 15,500 वॉज द एक्चुअल वैल्यू ऑफ द गुड्स यू वांटेड टू गिव टू अ कस्टमर. ठीक है, बट दैट डे डिलीवरी आपने नहीं किया है, कुछ भी रीजन से, फ्लड्स है, अर्थक्वेक है, कुछ भी रीजन से डिले हो चुका है. तो तब डिले होगा कस्टमर को. समटाइम्स द कस्टमर कैन एक्सेप्ट, बट इन दिस केस कस्टमर ने एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया है. उसने बताया है कि मेरे को कुछ आप रिड्यूस करके दे दो बिकॉज आई हैव लॉस्ट ऑन टाइम, मेरे को लॉस हो गया है. तो देन व्हाट हैपेंस इज, ये 15,500 का गुड्स आप रिड्यूस करना पड़ेगा वैल्यू. So the point is, if you're going to reduce the value, the meaning is the net realizable value has been reduced, means the actual value of the goods आपने reduce किया है. So reduction in the net realizable value, आपने 15,500 में उसको नहीं सेल करते हो. Now you can sell that only at 12,500. तो आपके इन्वेंट्री में 15,500 ज्यादा वैल्यू में रिकॉर्ड हुआ है. तो now it is your duty to subtract that and reduce the value. Is it okay, Yashi? Okay. Now the next thing is Anish. Anish Kumar. Madam, I have a question in BRS. Practical question number 5. Fourth subdivision. Okay, I'll take that. The others, does anybody have any doubts here? Illustration 8 of BRS without the adjusted cash book. I asked you, Neha, even in the last class, which one? You told me the second one. I explained it to you. Why still you are not getting it? Okay, wrong side balance brought down while passing directly in the BRS, getting confused. Why it is getting confused? Okay, I will come to your doubts one by one now. I am a fantastic teacher. I am very happy. Thank you. Just a minute. Let me open my BRS. Why so much? Neha from the beginning is Jia Gupta. Why didn't you attend the last classes? From now you attend all the classes. Okay. Where is the BRS? Just give me 1 minute. Huh? So now in the bank reconciliation statement, okay, see, whenever you are bringing down the this particular concept, I will just teach. So the first doubt that I'll be taking now is, all of you, I'm just rubbing off everything, okay? Bringing brought down balances, if there is a mistake, then what should I do, madam? It's quite easy, okay? When you are bringing down the balances, you should just see only one point, okay? Now here, I will just take that particular example in question number, just give me, I'll go just one by one, then only it will be better. I'm just going to illustration number 8. The normal method may you always have that confusion, no? See here. Illustration number 8. All of you please see this particular thing. On 18th December, debit balance of 15,260 on the previous day was brought forward as the credit balance. So, my dear students, when you bring forward the 260, so the mistake has happened by brought forward thing. If you are doing the BRS in the normal method, okay, if you're doing BRS in the normal method, that is without preparing adjusted cash book, you tell me what will be the effect of this particular transaction. Debit balance tha, you brought it to the credit balance. So abhi what has happened? Credit side mein balance is increased for the cash book, correct? Now when I say cash book mein credit balance is increased, the meaning is payment side बढ़ गया है. That means technically cash book has reduced. If debit side it is there, then you can say cash book is increased. But if payment side, if the amount is coming, then cash book will get decreased. Passbook to that extent will be more. Did you now understand, Mubarak? This way you have to understand and do when you are doing a normal BRS question. This way you should understand and do when you are doing a normal BRS question. But when you are doing a रेगुलर एडजस्टेड कैश बुक, तभी क्या करते हो, एडजस्टेड कैश बुक में इस एंट्री का रेक्टिफिकेशन पास करते हो. दैट मीन्स यू टेक इट ऑन टू द डेबिट साइड विथ डबल द अमाउंट. ओके मुबारक, नाउ आई वांट नेहा, are you there? You have been asking about this. Which exact transaction is your problem? You tell me what is the exact problem in your transaction. Which transaction may you have the doubt? I will tell you one by one. Everybody, please listen to me. For the benefit, I will talk. I will tell you this one also. All of you, please see. The payment side of the cash book was undercast by 10,000. The first one, it talks about payment side of the cash book undercast by 10,000. तो यहाँ पे 10 के बैलेंस कम है, क्रेडिट साइड बैलेंस इज लेस. That means what? Cash side ka debit balance will be more. So in this case, the effect is cash book balance is more than the passbook balance. That's all. This is effect number one. Now you fix the aim. आपको aim पता है, target पता है, आप plus or minus कर दो. I will just write the entries here and tell you. I will just write the entries here and tell you whether you should, which is more, which is less. Okay? Then you can solve the question. All of you please see. A check for 1,31,000 issued was not taken in the bank column. Check आपने 1,31,000 यहाँ पे लिखना है. You have not written it. So what is happening? Credit side में entry pass ही नहीं हुआ है. तो cash book is more, passbook is less to that extent. क्योंकि आपने ये वाला चेक जो इश्यू किया है उसको एंट्री करना भूल गया है. तो debit side balance will be more, no? So that is why this will have the effect of cash book is more, passbook is less. Now come to the third entry. A deposit of 1,50,000 was recorded in the cash book as if there is no bank column. अभी क्या हुआ है? आप यहाँ पे रिकॉर्ड करना था कैश बुक में, बट यू हैव फॉरगॉटन टू रिकॉर्ड द डिपॉजिट. यू फॉरगॉट टू रिकॉर्ड द डिपॉजिट. रिकॉर्ड नहीं, डिपॉजिट को नहीं रिकॉर्ड किया है तो क्या होगा? What will be, how will your cash book look like? If you would have recorded it, debit side would have been more. अभी record नहीं किया है तो debit side कम है, cash book is less, passbook is more. Clear? Cash book is less, passbook is more. While passing this particular entry, now coming back, good question. While you're passing this particular entry, mistake of getting it forward, you have to pass double the amount, definitely, because Mubarak, why wherever there is a mistake of passing double times, that will, the amount will be the same, that you have to multiply into 2. That is the thumb rule. Okay, यहाँ भी वैसा ही है. Even in your regular BRS also, it is the same. Clear, everybody? Now please come to the next transaction. See, debit balance अभी मैंने ये वाला explain किया है. Okay? The fourth one is cash book to that extent is less, passbook to that extent is more. So double the amount you have to take it. Out of the total checks aggregating, ये वाला is बहुत easy. Checks issued but not presented, you should take 11,514 minus 7,815. Now dividends जो कुछ भी collect हुआ है by the bank, that is also easy. Passbook will be more, cash book will be less. Subscription जो आप pay किया है, passbook will be less, cash book will be more. अभी ये वाला देखो, one outgoing check of 3,50,000 was recorded 2 times in the cash book. So 2 times अभी यहाँ पे record किया है. So what will happen? Your credit side balance will be more. So credit side balance will be more means cash book will become less, passbook to that extent will be more. This is the last transaction. That's all. Now, Neha, Mubarak, I want all of you to finish this in the normal way. That's all. Now, don't keep again and again asking me, Madam, normal में नहीं आया, नहीं आया, नहीं आया. Okay? Now you will get the answer. Okay. Practical question. Bindya is asking me. So now this is over. Now I'm taking the next question of Bindya. Practical question 6. The last The cash book of ABC shows 27,570 as balance at the bank. That means it is favorable balance as per cash book, Bindya. Your aim will be in the passbook. Okay. Now the third one. On 20th March, the debit balance of 2156 on the previous day was forwarded as credit balance. The same thing, no? Debit balance brought forward as the credit balance. So, yahan pe, what did I do, Bindya, in this? Please see. Okay. So what is happening? Debit balance brought forward as credit balance. So when credit balance increases, cash book reduces, passbook will be more. So this you have to add. But how much you have to add, Bindya? The amount will be double the value. Okay. The amount will be, where are you, Bindya? I lost you somewhere. Wait, wait. Bindya, Bindya. Are you there, Bindya? Okay, whatever it is, Bindya, you are supposed to add twice the amount. Is that clear? Okay, Mubarak, good. Bindya. Okay, perfect. Now the next doubt. Ujjwal. Okay, you are answering. There was one more person who asked me some doubt with regard to a practical question. Oh, you didn't know about the classes, Jia Gupta? Okay, from now onwards, come back. Okay. Ragul has asked me a doubt. A check of 4,320 credited in the passbook on 28th March being dishonored is debited again on 1st of April. There was no entry in the cash book about the dishonor of the check on 15th of April. If the passbook, what is this question? If passbook overdraft balance is starting, passbook overdraft balance. That means unfavorable balance as per the passbook is the first point. Okay. That means your aim will still be in the passbook point. Okay. Now coming back, a check when it gets dishonored. Okay. A check which is credited, it is dishonored on this particular date. You please check the date of preparing the BRS. Okay. So 1st of April, if you're preparing the BRS and it is dishonored on that date, passbook may there will be a debit. Debit means passbook balance will be less. Dishonored means I already told you in your passbook or in your bank statement, they will debit the amount. So you will face that negative value. Okay. You will face that negative value and your passbook balance will be less. Rahul. Okay. Now Anish Kumar. Madam, my question. Good. Wait, Anish, I'll take your question. Sorry. You are the person who asked me first, I guess. Sorry. Practical question number 5. Checks drawn, not cleared. Checks drawn, not cleared is, what do you mean by checks drawing? It is check issued, but not cleared. That's all. Everybody, you're able to. My video stopped. Okay. Checks issued, but not cleared. That is the meaning. Okay. Did you understand? Whoever was that, Anish? Waiting for your answer. Checks drawn means checks issued. But you didn't understand? Fourth point is this only, no? What has happened? The fourth point, practical question 5. Checks drawn in the last week of March but not cleared till date. So it is check issued but not presented for payment. So check issued ka what you will do? The overdraft as per passbook. So you have to add this. That's what they have also done. What they have done in the answer? Check issued but not cleared. This fifth question. Which question is this? Or sixth question? Fifth. See, checks drawn but not cleared. You are adding. That's what I told you, no? Checks drawn, the meaning is check issued but not cleared. See, sometimes check paid into the bank is check deposited. Check drawn means check issued. So these are the other names that we use. Okay. These are the other names that we use and not a big deal. Do you understand now, Anish? Amount is added, no? Because check issued, ma. Check when you issue, your cash book balance will be less. Timing difference may the first thing I have taught you that check issued but not presented, your cash book is less, passbook is more. When you have a overdraft balance as per passbook, it is unfavorable balance as per passbook. Your aim is in the passbook only. When cash book is less, passbook is more, you have to add it. Okay, Anish? Okay. Does anybody else have any other doubt? Illustration number 10, point number 7. Okay, illustration number 10, point number 7 is very, very easy. Okay. Point number 7 is nothing but there is a debit standing in your particular bank statement. So, Mubarak, I told you don't think too much about anything. If you read the full adjustment, you will get confused. But if you just read a debit of 11 lakhs appeared for an unpaid check which is returned marked out of date. So, when a check is returned marked out of date, that particular 11 lakhs, it is meaning that the check is dishonored. It has been returned. Whenever there is a return, there will be a debit in the bank statement. Okay. So why it is a debit? If you try to understand the entire part of it, no, you will lose the logic again. Second line you don't read. First line you read. Check is returned marked out of date. It means that your date is expired on the check. Check will be valid for 90 days, 3 months. This person went and gave the check in the bank after 3 months. So it is dishonored, rejected. Okay. Yes, Bindya. If bills receivable is discounted, then it is dishonored. You will take the actual value because from the perspective of the bank, the commissioning, whatever they receive, they will account. But in your books, it is the entire value, no? Okay. Any other doubts? Understood, everybody? Practical question number 6-8. Let me see what is this practical question number 6-8. A bill receivable discounted for 5,000 has been dishonored, but the advice was received on 1st of April. You will take 1530 only. What did they take in the answer? See, 1530 only. Always it will be the actual value. They are just giving to confuse you, but you are not bothered about what are the charges for the bank. For you, 1530 only will be taken by the bank no, when it is dishonored. He will take the entire value from you only. Okay? Others, do you have any doubts? Or can I close the class today? Okay, good. Understood, everybody? Thank you. Ashok, I think we can close the class. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.